Put out the doubt today. If Jesus had to kick out the doubt, chances are you will too. Stay right here. Let's get right into it. So glad you joined me. I'm Amy. This is Stick with the Plan. I'm talking about put out the doubt. Jesus had to. We're going to have to put it out too. I heard Joyce Meyer say it like this: when doubt comes knocking at the door, let your faith answer. I loved that. I was like, what are you going to answer doubt with? Our faith, what we believe. We're going to starve our doubt, whatever that lie the enemy's sending you today, how he's trying to take the promise from you, steal your victory, take your joy. We'll remind him of the Word of God. We'll starve every doubt, remind him he is a liar. I was thinking about last week, we went on fall break. We got to go to New York City, and it was so much fun to take my kids. I found out they don't really like the city as much as I do, but we were happy to come back home to the country. But you know, we had a great time there. It was good to see Lake in summer, and Lake's a senior this year, so we wanted his fall break to be fun. Found great deals on the tickets, so my husband Jay was like, let's go, let's take him. So we went there, and on the way home, you know, we got to fly there, and we were flying back, and then I started getting these symptoms like a head cold, and I had like drainage, and my throat started to hurt when I woke up after I got home. And the enemy was there to put that doubt there, like, oh, you know, when you travel, people always get sick. You know, when you're on an airplane, all that recycled air. And I was just hearing all this doubt come in my mind, in my ears. And I had to remind myself, no, what's the Word of God said? No, it says, I am the healed of God. And I was reminded of Mark chapter 5, where we have Jairus there, and he goes to Jesus because his daughter is at the point of death. And he tells Jesus there, if you will come, lay your hands on my daughter, she will be healed. She will come alive. And you know, Jesus is going with him. That's where we had the lady with the issue of blood comes. The Jairus, he witnesses that miracle. And as when that lady gets healed and they turn, they're going to his house, someone runs from his house and says, oh, Jairus, your daughter, she is dead. Do not trouble Jesus anymore. And I thought, how terrible. This man, he already said his faith. If Jesus comes, lay his hands on my daughter, she'll be healed. We knew what he was believing, and yet someone came to steal that from him. And Jesus quickly turned to him in Mark chapter 5 and verse 36. He says, do not fear, only believe. And I love that. That's been like a motto for me. I'm not going to fear. I'm not going to doubt. I'm only going to believe God. Jairus had a choice there. Do I go ahead and cry and mourn with the man who brought that message, and even tried to guilt him in for, why are you troubling Jesus? Don't trouble the master. Don't trouble the teacher. Guilt him into bringing Jesus over to his house. But Jesus encouraged him, stick to your faith. Don't give in to the doubt. Let's not fear. Let's only believe. And that's what Jairus did. They continued on to the house. And Jesus, he's so smart. He teaches us such a great lesson here. When you need a miracle, you don't invite everybody. He took Peter, James, and John with him, the close ones that could believe for the miracle. When he gets there, it says there's a big uproar, a great commotion. And they're mourning and wailing that the little girl is dead. And they're crying. And he walks in and he says, why the commotion? Why the uproar? She's not dead. She only sleeps. And it says they ridiculed him. They made fun of him. They said, what are you talking about? You know, here he comes as the deliverer, as the answer, as the miracle worker. And they're telling him, no, he's wrong. He had to kick all the doubt. He said he only took the mother and father and James and John with him, and Peter. And they all go in there and they believe God. And he grabs the little girl's hands and he says, arise. And she gets up. He says, now fix her something to eat. I think what a great example we have in our faith walk. Not everybody is going to be able to go in the room with you and receive the miracle. You're going to have to kick those that do not believe God. They're not in faith. They're speaking doubt. They're mourning like it's over, like you'll never see your miracle. You have to kick them out. I've had to do this in my life. I don't talk to everybody about what I'm believing God for. Not everybody's in faith. Not everybody knows God like you do. There's going to be times where you'll have to stand up and just say, I will fear not. I'm only going to believe. That you'll have to kick the mourners out, kick the doubters out, kick the doubt out of your mind like I did. I'm not going to be sick. I'm not going to be tempted to have a cold just because I traveled. I had to kick that out, and I was healed. I have no symptoms, no sore throat, nothing. I was totally healed when I woke up the next morning. I'm challenging you today. Put the doubt out. When it comes knocking, let your faith answer. Say, I will not fear. I will not be tempted to doubt. I will only believe. And that's how you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thanks for joining me today. I love hearing all that God is doing in your life. And thank you for sharing this. New people are watching this because you are sharing this. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We'll have a brand new video for you next week. And remember, every Tuesday, we are live. I'll see you then.